Hello everybody, it's Chumley Cope, exploring up close. And if you can read the sign behind me, you'll see we're in Glen Springs, South Carolina. Glen Springs is one of the best guarded secrets in all of South Carolina. Some beautiful homes in the area. If I had one of the homes in this area, I think I'd like to guard that secret too. But there's some beautiful historic buildings. The community developed in the early to mid 19th century around a medicinal spring that had a lot of sulfur in it and some other fairly common minerals, calcium being one of them, that were simply very therapeutic for whatever ailed you. Typically at these springs, people would both take the waters, that is, they would soak in the waters, but they would also consume the waters. So you sort of got the benefit of those minerals both inside and out. Glen Springs and other medicinal springs developed as resorts in the upstate of South Carolina by the mid-19th century. Ever since the days of George Washington, mineral springs in Virginia, including a collection of springs that together were known as the 11 Springs of Virginia. Today they lie both in Virginia and the relatively new state of West Virginia. But they've been popular for people who could afford to get there. That included a lot of the planter elite in South Carolina as that class developed. The only problem was getting to Virginia, or as I say, what's now West Virginia. It was a long journey. It took weeks to get there. It took weeks to get back. And so if somebody could develop mineral springs in the upstate of South Carolina that made the journey much shorter, those were bound to be popular. Glen Springs then, with the benefit of the therapeutic waters, became a wonderful retreat for the entire summer season for the South Carolina low country elite. They traveled over a series of roads by horse and wagon. It no doubt was a somewhat arduous journey, but when they got here, they stayed for the entire season. Yeah, behind me here you'll see the Episcopal Church. This is called Calvary Episcopal here in Glen Springs. This is not the original building. This one went up around 1897, but the same man built this building in the Carpenter Gothic style, as well as the original more box-like structure that was across the way down near the spring itself and near the old Episcopal Cemetery. That was John DeWitt McCulloch. He may have been the greatest church builder in the upstate of South Carolina. Trained as a minister, an Episcopal minister, but quite an avid architect. And he built an entire series of important Episcopal churches in the upstate of South Carolina.